Hi everybody, I want to touch base and ask you how you're all doing with your sleeping. Is it getting any better? Did any of the advice I offered you actually help you? If so, tell me in the comments below. If not, something's out there that's going to help you. I'm sure of it. But what I really wanted to talk to you about right now is something called sleep hygiene. And what is sleep hygiene? Well, what it is like hygiene, but for your sleep. Okay? What you want to do is establish in your brain night and day. You want to tell your brain that it's day when you're ready to wake up, and tell it that it's night when you're ready to go to sleep. And you want to get up and go to sleep around the same time every single day. Yes, as I said before, even on weekends. When you're doing that, when you're awake during the day, you're exposing yourself to as much natural sunlight as you can possibly get. And sunlight for about 15 to 20 minutes is not bad for you. I mean, I have had skin cancer, so I know what it's like to be overly exposed to the sun. So what you want to do is, you definitely don't want too much exposure, but you can expose yourself to some sunlight. Tell your brain, hey, it's daylight. Even when the sun's not shining, guess what? Outside, that's right, it's still shining. So even on a gloomy, cloudy day, you walk outside, tells your brain it's light outside. So all you have to do is walk outside. In the wintertime, when it's snowing, go to your neighbors and ask them if they could use help shoveling. I did last year in the wintertime. You need to help yourself before anybody can help you, of course. And so part of helping yourself is helping others. And it gives you great rewarding experience. And it exposes you to that light that you need. So expose yourself to as much light as you can possibly get during the day. On your break, eat outside. If you have a break at work, eat outside. Go for a walk. Don't stay trapped inside your house. Go outside. At nighttime, at least an hour or two before your bedtime, make sure as much as possible. If you can use a dimmer for your light, use a dimmer so that it's only just as much of a flicker as candlelight is. So when I think about, living in the days when all you had was candlelight and the flicker of the candlelight. So you want to live. I know that's hard, but in order to train your brain to know the difference between night and day, and this is the world of technology. You have everything: cell phones, Androids, computers, laptops, everything you could possibly think of, shining light in your face. And so we need to dim our devices, get a dimmer for our devices, make sure the screen is dim. Make sure that we are using blackout curtains so that our brain knows the sun is no longer shining. And settle down into our nighttime routine at least an hour before bed, reading a book, laying there just kind of lazying about the rest of your day, reading a book. They say no self-help books. However, I've never found any problems with self-help books, and in fact I find them to be helpful for me to sleep, but that's just me. So anyways, your objective here for good sleep therapy or sleep hygiene, whatever you want to call it, is to simply train your brain to obey and listen to you. When it's daytime, you're awake. When it's nighttime, you're asleep. You're basically forcing your biological clock to follow a pattern, a sleep and wake cycle. And so when you're doing that, it's like saying nope, and you will not take a nap during the day, no matter how tired you are, because eventually that'll be easier for you. Unless, as I say, you're coming down with a head cold, then it won't be so easy. You might get a little tired, a little worn out from the head cold. But other than that, you do this and you continue and you continue and you continue. After week 1, it'll be easier. After week 2, it'll be a lot easier, a lot smoother. Week 3, you're almost there. Week 4, you're definitely in this, you're definitely in that slot for getting back to some sort of normalcy. But again, it doesn't happen overnight. It's like the exercise I was talking to you about. Good sleep hygiene means getting up and going to sleep at the same time each night and each day. It means exposing yourself to as much light during the day and darkness at night as you possibly can. And forget about your cell phones and Androids and laptops and computers and TVs and all that stuff, because you don't need it. An hour or 2 before you go to bed, leave it go. Leave it off. Turn it down. Because people have survived with them long before I was born. They survived without them. You can survive without them too. Tell yourself you can, and you will. It's just mind over matter. In fact, I feel like the cell phones and the Androids are all hurting everybody. You're missing out on a lot. You're missing your children growing up. You're missing out on all the fun, the real fun that you could be having with your friends and with your family. Just pay them no attention, though, before you go to bed. Yes, they have helped people such as myself. The internet has helped, but it can also hurt people too. It's called control, though, and just like I said before, good sleep hygiene. If you practice it every day, I promise you, it will get easier. And you're speaking to somebody, or you're listening to somebody who has suffered with chronic insomnia for many, many years. So I definitely know what I'm talking about. But again, ask your doctor if it's right for you. I'm not a doctor, obviously I'm not a doctor, but I have much experience with this, and experience, I think, sometimes counts more than anything else. But again, ask your doctor. They have, they know, they have the knowledge to know how to treat you if they things I'm telling you may seem wrong, or maybe they're not working for you, and just ask them. They should know what to do and what to tell you. And so even if you gotta go see a sleep specialist or a sleep therapist, I'd rather that than totally give up. Don't give up, because you're gonna go downhill if you give up. Don't ever give up. It's gonna be hard. Sleep hygiene is not an easy way out. It's not. But it's definitely has helped me, and it can help you too. Okay, goodbye.